Hello.
Yes,
So CGT last topics,
hello.
2 to 3 topics are remaining. Uh, Associated disposal in CGT topic. What is the meaning of associated disposal? Uh, Firstly, I will give you an example and then we will read what is the actual topic. So for example, we all are partners in the business and I have a asset which we need in the business. For example, photocopy machine. That is my personal asset. I am partner in the business. So for example, the photocopy machine, my personal asset, I will give it to you in the business and you all partners will use that asset, my personal asset in the business. Now, one day, for example, I want to sell my share of the partnership. I want to sell my business partnership share. So, for example, if I sell the shares of the business and I also want to sell the asset which you all partners are using in the business, my personal asset. So, shares qualify for business asset disposal relief. Previous name is entrepreneur relief, ER, but now it is business asset disposal relief. So share will qualify whenever I will sell the share of business, I will qualify for business asset disposal relief. And if I sell the asset, uh, whenever I will sell the share, and then I will sell the asset, my personal asset which all partners are using in the business, I also want to achieve the business asset disposal relief on that asset. My question here is whether I will qualify for the business asset disposal relief on that asset. Yes, I will qualify for the business asset disposal relief on that asset and the gain will be taxed at 10% rate. So the associated disposal mean I am selling the share, so I am also selling the asset, my personal asset, which is all partner using in the business. So this is called associated, mean asset is associated with the sale of shares. Okay. So that asset qualify for also business asset disposal relief and 10% rate will apply. That's it. But the condition is when I will get the business asset disposal relief, condition is if you all partners are using my personal asset in the business rent free. Okay. If I charge some rent, then on that portion, the asset will not qualify for business asset disposal relief. Okay. So, for example, I am reading now. If asset in individual ownership is sold along with shares of partnership business, then ER, now its name is changed, not ER, entrepreneur relief. No. Now its name is then business asset disposal relief will be available on that asset. Please write down. Instead of ER, write down business asset disposal relief will be available on that asset if number one, shares qualify for ER mean business asset disposal relief. And number two, if that asset was provided for use in partnership rent free. So, for example, you can see in the next line, if some rent is charged, then business asset disposal relief will be reduced proportionately. For example, you can see the formula rent charged. I am charging 3,000 rent from you. Divided by market rent is, for example, 10,000 into 100. So tell me how much percentage I am charging rent. For example, market rent is 10,000 and I am charging 3,000 from you into 100. So what is percentage? How much rent I am charging from you?
30%.
30%. So now the asset which you are using, now when I sell on the sale, for example, obviously a gain arise. Now tell me, on this 30% of the gain, whether qualify for business asset disposal relief or not? Whether on this gain, 30% of gain qualify for business asset disposal relief or not?
Yes.
You know, I am charging 30% rent from all of you. So the topic is, if condition is you will get the business asset disposal relief on that asset if you are using that asset rent free. But if I charge 30% rent from you, then on the gain of this asset, my personal asset which I sell, and gain arise, on that gain, whether 30% of gain will qualify for business asset disposal relief?
No, ma'am.
Oh,
No,
no.
business asset disposal relief available. It means how much tax you will pay, CGT, which rates of CGT will apply then on this gain? Normal, 10% and 20%, right? And 70% of gain will qualify for business asset disposal relief. Business asset disposal relief. And what will be the CGT rate then on this gain? 10% on in all bands. Okay, is it clear? Topic clear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
now next topic, that topic is complete. Now the next topic is lease premium. You know, I already discussed the lease premium topic in income tax, property income chapter. Now I will tell you how to pay the CGT on lease premium. So you can see the formula DP. DP mean premium received less adjusted cost, and then you will get the chargeable gain. Adjusted cost mean total cost multiply percentage remaining on disposal date divided by percentage remaining on acquisition date. This percentage, what is the meaning of percentage? Please write down. The percentage mean number of year of lease percentage. Mean, for example, I am giving my property for 30 years lease. So this is the percentage of 30 years. Okay. So percentage mean number of year of lease percentage. And the number 1 point, this percentage will be given in exam. Please write down a question on it. For example, Mr. A acquired 32 years lease in March 1990 at a premium of 50,000. He sold lease for 30,000 pound in March 2012. In next paragraph, percentages are as follows. 10 years percentage is 49.65%, and 32 years percentage is 89.35%. Your requirement is calculate CGT. Firstly, make a timeline and tell me on the timeline, firstly, when you are purchasing the lease. In March 1990. And lease is total 32 years lease and cost is 50,000. Now tell me when you are selling the lease, sale date, March 2012, disposal. And what is the DP? DP is 30,000. Okay. And total 32 years lease. Now tell me from purchase to sale date, how many years completed? 1990 to March 12. Quickly tell me, please don't waste your time.
22.
22.
20 years. And total 32 years lease. So how many years are left to expire?
10.
10 years will be still remaining to expire the lease. Now DP 30,000 less adjusted cost. Adjusted cost formula is total cost 50,000 multiply percentage remaining on disposal date. Go to the timeline on disposal date. How many years are left? 10. So what is the percentage for 10 years? Percentage for 10 years? What is the percentage?
49.65.
9.68.
49.65% divided by percentage remaining on acquisition date. On acquisition date, total, 32 years lease. So 32 years percentage is what?
89.35.
89.3%.
89.35.
354 you can say. 354, please make it. So the formula of this adjusted cost is 27783 and the gain, chargeable gain is 2217 and you will pay CGT on this gain. Clear? Topic is complete.
Yes, ma'am.
Now next topic is
Ma'am, one question here. The total cost, adjusted cost equal total cost into percentage remaining in disposal date. Remaining on disposal date. That means how many years left? 10 years.
this percentage remaining on disposal date. You will see on the disposal date how many years are left to expire the lease. 10 years.
10 years.
So 10-year percentage
Yeah, 10
you have
years.
to write down. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Clear.
Now the next topic is treatment of assets from CGT perspective. Already you knew that how to pay that CGT on assets when you sell. But we HMRC categorized the assets in two types. One is wasting asset and number two is on the next page, non-wasting asset. Firstly, a wasting asset mean whose life is less than 50 years. Waste mean less than 50 years. And non-wasting mean obviously whose life is more than 50 years. That is the definition. And wasting assets has two types. Number A, chattel and number B, non-chattel. Similarly, non-wasting assets also have two types, number A chattel and number B non-chattel. So firstly, I will discuss the wasting assets, chattel, non-chattel. Number A chattel. Chattel means tangible and movable asset. Tangible mean you can touch it. Movable, easily move, just like sofa, chair, table. Okay. So examples of wasting asset chattel is car, animal, stock, cash, boat, ship. Tell me, whenever you will sell the car, animals, cash, whether CGT applicable or exempt. If you see the exempt,
Exam.
yes, if you see the exempt asset list in CGT, which are exempt assets in CGT, whenever you will sell no CGT, you in the previous topics it is given exempt asset list. So car, animal, stock, I mean current assets are also exempt, cash and boat, ship. I mean whenever you will sell these assets, just remember the names: car, animal, stock, cash, boat, ship. If these names are given in the exam and you are selling or gifting, it's exempt from CGT. No CGT apply. Okay. And plant and machinery are all exempt assets from CGT. Why plant and machinery given here? It is a business asset, you know, and obviously normal CGT will apply on whenever you will sell the plant and machinery. It is a business asset. Rollover relief, holdover relief. In rollover and holdover relief, you discussed already. You will apply the CGT on these assets. So why I am writing the plant and machinery here in the exam list? You can see the next heading, exception for plant and machinery. There is exception. That's why I am writing in the exempt asset list. What is exception for plant and machinery? I am telling you right now. But in future, in trading income chapter, I will discuss the more detail. Okay. So right now only I am reading it. There is no need to understand. Okay. Exception is if capital allowance is claimed. This is only for plant and machinery, this exception. So if capital allowance is claimed, then CGT will be charged, but loss relief is not available because it will be assessed in capital allowance. So in capital allowance in trading income chapter, I will discuss it in future. But right now, just remember car, animal, stock, cash, boat, ship. If these assets in the exam scenario you are selling or gifting, these are exempt in CGT. No CGT will apply. And number B, non-chattel. Non-chattel mean intangible assets. Intangible asset mean copyright, patent, software, etc. So whenever you will sell the intangible asset, how to pay the CGT? The formula is DP less net book value. Net book value mean cost divided by total life into remaining life, and then you will get the gain or loss. Please write down a question on it. No intangible asset, how to pay the CGT whenever you will sell. So question is, Mr. A purchased copyrights for 95,000 for 43 years. Later, after 20 years, he disposed it for 57,000, and your requirement is calculate the gain. Firstly, tell me what is DP? You are selling the copyright for 57,000 less net book value NBV. Formula is cost 95,000 divided by total life, 43 years, into remaining life. What is remaining life?
23.
23 years. So the net book value is, please calculate. Quickly calculate it.
50,813.
830. And chargeable gain.
813. 50813.
813. And 6185, I think your chargeable gain, you will pay the CGT on it. Now next is non-wasting asset. First, chattel. Chattel example you can see in brackets: painting, antique, jewelry, computer. If these four things you are selling or gifting, so how to pay the CGT? There are two rules. Number one, if DP and cost is below 6,000 both, then CGT is exempt. For example, you are selling the painting, DP is 5,000, it is below 6,000, and cost 1,000, it is also below 6,000, so CGT is exempt. And second, if DP and cost are above 6,000 both, then normal CGT will apply. Means, for example, you are selling the jewelry for DP 6,500 and cost 7,500 and cost is 6,500. Both are more than 6,000. So your gain is 1,000. So normal CGT you will apply. Clear? And non-chattel example is land and building. You know, normal CGT you will apply when you sell the land and building. That's it. Now the last topic is capital loss. Whenever you will sell the asset and loss arise, DP minus cost, capital loss arise. Then what are the loss relief options? How to set up the capital loss? So there are number one, first option. If there is a current year loss, then use it in full against current year gains. Maybe annual exemption wasted. Means, for example, in the tax year 2021, you are selling asset A. So, for example, DP less cost and gain arise. For example, gain is 100,000. And in the same year, asset, for example, asset B you are selling and DP less cost and loss, capital loss arise. Capital loss arise. For example, loss is 60,000. So you will deduct fully. So it means current year capital loss you have to set up with current year gains in full, maybe annual exemption wasted. Next, number 2 point. If any loss of current year is remaining, then it will be carried forward against future capital gain. So if you have a loss, then you can carry forward. Mean capital loss can never be carried back. Always current year fully set up and still remaining, then carry forward. And you know, carry forward has no limit. You have to carry forward and set up with future capital gains until all loss is relieved. But in bracket, it is mentioned in such a way that annual exemption is not wasted. Mean you have to set up the carry forward loss up till the amount that your annual exemption remains. It will not wasted. Mean, for example, here in this example, for example, you have a broad forward capital loss from previous years. and brought forward capital loss is, for example, 80,000 pound. My question is, how much loss in this year I have to set off that my annual exemption 12,300 remains not wasted? So tell me the answer. How much I can set off today? So my 12,300 remains. 1 lakh minus 60,000, 40,000 gain arise. Now, how much of the 80,000 you have to deduct from here? That 12,300 not wasted. Quickly calculate.
And 27,700.
27,700. Maximum carry forward loss, brought forward loss you can set off. And the remaining capital loss will be carried forward to the next year and set up with capital gains, right? Please give me 1 minute. Hello. And next year, how much you will carry forward? Same. Uh, you have to save your annual exemption. Okay. So current year loss fully set off, maybe annual exemption wasted, but brought forward loss you have to set up, but up till the amount that annual exemption not wasted. And third point, capital loss in the year of death can be carried back for 3 years on LIFO basis, but in such a way that annual exemption of these year not wasted. I mean, for example, if a person died in 2021 and he have a loss, capital loss, so he can carry back this loss previous 3 years on LIFO mean. Firstly, in 1920 capital gain against, secondly 1819 capital gain, and thirdly 1718 capital gain, but in such a manner that annual exemption 12,300 is not wasted. Clear? So exception is at the time of death you can carry back the loss. Otherwise, normally the rule is you have to carry forward. But at the time of death, a person can carry back previous 3 years.